Walk Down Season 2, Episode 9. Woo! It's hotter today. I think they say the heat index is right around 110. Yeah. It's a heat dome going on. But guess what? We still got to come put the work in. We still got to put the work in. Rain, snow, or heat. We got to come put the work in. Yeah, that's right. Woo! We had a good live this morning, guys. Appreciate everybody that joined this morning. I got to give me some water. Give me a second. We had over 5,000 people join us this morning. That was great. Because we got to put the information out there, guys. Everybody got to know what the deal is so they can plan. A lot of people don't be paying attention. But you got to pay attention these days of 2025. Some crazy times we live in, bro. If you joined the live this morning, you pretty much understand what I was talking about. Appreciate y'all for joining me. This season 2, episode 9 of the Walk Down. Yeah, I just got through running the 6 miles. Now I'm walking, and it's hot today, guys. It's about 10 degrees hotter than it was yesterday. Heat dome. Heat dome has made it. Yesterday, and the last few days, I've been saying it was around 102. Today, it's 110. It's 110 today, guys. But guess what? We still put the work in. There was no way I was gonna let some heat dome, or whatever they calling it, interrupt me from putting the work in. We ain't worrying about no distractions. As long as we do the proper planning, we can endure any situation that we put ourselves in. So yeah, we out here, guys, running and making moves. Now we at the end. This is the walk down. Yesterday, I think I walked an extra 4 miles. Today, I'm not gonna do that, guys. I'm not gonna do it. I appreciate everybody that joined us. This morning, we have over 5,000 people into the live. The thing is about all those 5,000 people, we need 5% of those people to get the message of what was put out this morning and start telling people, making people aware on what could possibly, come. So we can't be scared. We just got to be aware and understand and have your things in order, just in case things go left. For real, just in case things go left, guys. Because Iran say if Trump pulled that trigger, that they're gonna retaliate. And guess what we do know? We know that there are sleeper cells all around America. What are sleeper cells, STOCKSNIPER? That's when the terrorists and the people that plan to strike Americans, that's when they train and staying low key. And the thing that happened the previous 4 years, right? A lot of people came over here, bro. Don't think for 1 second we worrying about the immigrants. Nobody's talking about the terrorists that come straight through the border as well, just like everybody else. So trust and believe. They're out here, guys. They're out here. And guess what? They're just waiting on the go. They're just waiting on the green light. Right now, they're chilling. They're waiting for Habazabah to give them the green light. If anything happens to those facilities, we want to see what's going to happen. Nothing might not happen, but you got to be prepared just in case something does happen. Right? Ain't no just like there's a lot of immigrants over here. There's a lot of terrorists over here too, from all those terrorist groups that we used to be aware of back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Actually, the ones that attacked the Twin Towers down there in New York. So we got to be aware, bro. If you're out and about, you got to pay attention to what's going on. This is not the time to be in your phone, not paying attention to your surroundings. You know, you got to pay attention to what's going on. Don't let them scare you. You got to still live your life, but pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention and educate your family on what's going on. That live this morning was powerful, guys. If you didn't get a chance to see all that live this morning, 5,000 some people joined that live, bro. You got to go back and look at it and watch and pay attention. Don't just look at CNN and Fox, right? Because they thing is to keep us worrying about what's going on out here with the migrants. The migrants is our least concerns, bro. I told y'all last month that everything that was going on about the arguing back and forth with Musk and Trump, that is something on the back end that we don't know about. And I think, I might be wrong, but I think I done figured it out. What's coming on that back end. Because guess what, guys? Just like they say, it's 11 million Venezuelans and all those type of people that's over here. You might as well double that. Because guess what? Those people knew exactly how to get in here as well. You're talking about jihad. You're talking about Al-Qaeda. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about ISIS. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about all these different terrorist groups, basically, that was up under Osama bin Laden / Iran. Because don't get it twisted. Iran and Osama bin Laden are hand in hand, bro. Iran, since they all got rid of Osama bin Laden, Iran is the next one to do what? You know that they've been saying it. Death to America. And guess what they've been doing all this longer time? By America been going back and forth, that I've been talking about all the time. How America been going back and forth with the red and the blue always arguing and getting into it. Guess what Iran been doing? They've been working on them nukes on the back end. That's what they've been doing, guys. They've been working on them nukes on the back end. So you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to what's going on. You got to stay tuned in and tapped in to what's really going on in your city and your town. Why you think Donald Trump held off on those attacks for 2 weeks? You know why? This is my opinion. We got 4th of July coming up. We got another big thing with the big beautiful bill. They're trying to pass the big beautiful bill. And then we got another 3 things, bro. It's gonna happen within the next 2 weeks. We got 4th of July. Just listen to the OG. We got 4th of July coming up. We got the big beautiful bill coming up. And then we got July the 9th, which those he extended the tariffs for I think 30 or 60 days. Well, July 9th, however many days it was, it expires on July the 9th. So we got 3 big things that's coming up within these 2 weeks, guys. And guess what? They know, trust and believe. Just like I'm talking about these sleeper cells, they know it too, bro. They know that they all over America, bro. And some of the largest and our biggest cities where the people are most vulnerable, right? They know that those ISIS and all these different terrorist groups are here. And they've been here. And that's what they're doing. They're just waiting. They just waiting, guys. So you got to pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on. It's not the time to be worried about the mess and the gossip, bro. It's not the time for that. It's not the time to be worried about the migrants, bro. Because all they want to do is come over here and go to work. But the ones that's coming over here from Iran, Afghanistan, Iraq, the ones that been screaming death to America ever since I was a kid, all the people that fund terror, right? All of them been building, bro. This whole time, they've been building. They've been earning, spending less, and investing in these goddog me nukes. To do what? One common goal is death to America, bro. Because what they think about America, guys, they think America is the devil according to the Holy Quran. That's what they think, guys. And then once they do the missions that they put them on, if you don't know the missions that they put them on, it's called suicide missions. They'll blow themselves up to blow up 10 to 15 Americans, y'all. They'll do it. They'll do it. A lot of y'all don't know nothing about that because y'all barely 25 or 30 years old. So y'all don't know nothing about that. But it's the time to get educated and pay attention. Don't think don't think that it's all nonsense, bro, because it's real. And if you don't know what 9/11 is, all you got to do is research and figure out who funded 9/11, who contributed to 9/11, and the bigger thing is who took over after Osama bin Laden got offed by Obama. Shout out to Barack Obama for doing that. That was a great deed that nobody really talk about. But only thing is, after that, nobody did no follow-up. They thought it was over. Because in America, bro, we think different than how they think out there, guys. We think totally different. You know what I'm saying? Their idea is death to America, and they teach that to their kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids all the way down the line, bro. That's why they have 5 to 7 different wives, and they have babies by all them different wives, and all of them is trained the same way. You know what I'm saying? All of them is trained the same way. Is to do what? Death to America, bro. That's how they do it. That's exactly how they do it, guys. That's exactly how they do it. You better listen to the OG. So you got to be careful. Pay attention to details. As we come up on 11 minutes of this walk down. Appreciate y'all for joining me. I am the news, the Stock Sniper TV, where you get raw and uncut news of what's going on around the world from an OG perspective who've been around for a while. And remember, all the things, all the threats, not only threats, they pulled some of them threats, they did. Don't get it twisted. Iran have killed a whole lot of Americans, bro. Whenever America went to war with Iraq, with Afghanistan, guess who helped Afghanistan, guys? Guess who helped them? Taliban, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, just those three, just to name a few. Guess who helped them? Guess who their big bro is, bro? Iran is their big bro. Just like America is Israel's big bro, Iran is Al-Qaeda's, ISIS, and all those terror groups we knew about since the 90s. Guess what? They are all Iran's little bro. Iran is the #1 threat, bro. But with all the mess and the gossip and all the bullshit and the bubble gum, guess what happened? We stopped talking about them, bro. And the whole time, guess what they've been doing? You probably know by now. They've been building nukes, trying to get the right chemicals to put together to create missiles that can do what, Stock Sniper? Come over here to America and hit American soil, guys. That's the plan. And guess what? You might think, well, it's just the citizens that say death to America. No, that's not all. They government, bro. They high-level government. They presidents. And first and second in charge are the ones that's been saying this. They are the ones. Hezbollah, that old guy that's 86, they've been hating on America, death to America, for 40, 50 years, bro. They whole time in power because, see, they different than America. We change administrations every 4 to 8 years, depending on if you get elected again. They don't. They same people be in power for 3 and 4 generations, bro. For 3 and 4 generations, and guess what? Whoever is up under them already brainwashed by the system. Why? Because they've been trained to hate America ever since they was born. See, we tell our kids to go outside and play, right? They tell their kids to go outside and train for combat, death to America. That's what they do, guys. That's what they do. Appreciate y'all for joining me and tapping in. I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm just speaking the real. I'm just speaking what's real. But Trump got a big decision he got to make, guys. He got a big decision he got to make. Since he has the opportunity to take out that, as long as I've been alive, they've been working on creating those nukes with the end goal to destroy my kids, your grandkids, and stuff like that. It's not just a threat to the American system. It's a threat to the American people as well. That's why they will put on a suicide bomb and they'll blow themselves up to kill us. Just think we had a football game or at the marathon like what happened many, many years ago. The suicide bomber killed himself just to kill a group of Americans, bro. And with the border being open, guess what? That threat, I'm saying it right here, that threat is 1,000% more. And guess what? What's making it even worse is that we don't know how many of them is over here right now. It's a lot. You never know, bro. It might be that corner store that you go in. It might be that restaurant you like to go eat at. It might be that building you go work at the warehouse. It might be that construction work site that one of them might be your supervisor, bro, and you don't even know it. Because guess what? Another thing is a lot of Americans that have been rationalized, been recruited, AKA that dude that ran over everybody in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. Prime example. He was an American that got what? Radicalized by the same people we talking about right now. It's called Homegrown Terrorism, guys. It's serious. And guess what? I'm gonna tell you right now, that threat of those, what I'm talking about right now, is a greater threat than that nuclear bomb hitting America. Why? Because they're already here right amongst us and we don't even know it. Living a normal life, going to the zoo, walking in this park like what I'm doing right now with their family. You think their family, yes, they might say, hello, how you doing, sir? How you doing, my brother? At the same time, guess what they're doing? They're training. They're training. And guess what? They don't even have to work. Why? Because the powers that be, got way more money than America. Why? Because they've been investing in crypto for the past 30, 40 years. Listen to the OG. They people are way more wealthier than America. Why? Because they've been investing in crypto since 2000, since 2005, since 2010. And guess what Bitcoin is right now? Over 100,000. So just imagine what they working with. That's why they don't want to listen to America, because America is broke. That's the only reason why. That is what they thinking about right now. Because guess what? One of the first rules of the art of war is you can't go to war broke, bro. How you gonna go to war and you're broke? That's the only thing that's going on with America. And everybody knows. They know two things. They know America is broke, and they know America, the red and the blue, are not getting along. The house is divided. What I talk about all the time on this channel, about you got to get your house in order. And if the husband and the wife is getting into it, the enemy and the ops can't know that it's a disagreement in the household. It's called divide and conquer. Next thing you know, the op is working and masterminding and plotting and planning and strategizing. In other words, they earning, they spending less, they making proper investments to do what? Take out their enemy. So in other words, they got the upper hand, guys. So yes, Trump got a big decision he got to make, bro. Because if he knock out them, it's three things he got to worry about. Number one, he got to worry about if he gonna actually do it. Number two, he got to worry about, will those nukes be able to destroy those facilities? And number three, he got to worry about the back end, as far as, because Iran gonna retaliate, bro. What is the retaliation on the back end? So then guess what? We'd have to go into a whole nother war again. Afghanistan, Iraq, all over again. And guess what? America is not, America don't have the money to finance another war, let alone another 10, 20-year war, bro. When you go to war, you gotta have money. You can't go to work living, you can't go to war living paycheck to paycheck, bro. Somebody gotta fund that war. So it's a big decision that gotta be made right now. And the biggest decision is, okay, if we do this, can we be able to, how can we fund another 10 or 20-year war? Because guess what? They're gonna have to do it, bro. If them people come back and they retaliate, like they promised that they is, if they activate the green light as far as the terrorist cells and activate war on those military bases that's basically right across the street from Iran, guess what? They're gonna have to go to war and put boots on the ground over there in those countries. And guess what? That is a hard mission. Why? Because all those mountains and the terrain of those countries is very, very difficult. They know how to go inside of those tunnels. They know how to get inside of those mountains. You already know the story where I'm going. You already know the story where I'm going. That is the most difficult thing to do. Because guess what? Live if you know it or not, America really lost their war to Iraq, bro. They lost that war to Iraq, and they lost that war to Afghanistan. Why you say that, Stock Sniper? Because they went over, they did a 20-year war, and guess who's in power over there in Afghanistan right now? Say it with me, guys. The Taliban, the same terrorist group that they were trying to eliminate, now is the government of Afghanistan. So, in other words, it's hard to beat them people over there, bro. Because if you got to go put boots on the ground, you're in a no-win situation. Because you got to go inside of those caves. And you got to go in there and you got to go get them. And guess what? Those caves ain't nothing but booby traps, bro. So when those soldiers go over there, they tell their family, I love you, I might not make it back. Especially the ones that got to go put boots on the ground. That is the most difficult war ever. And in my opinion, America is 2-0, guys. They went to Iraq and didn't find no weapons of mass destruction. They went to Afghanistan and tried to rebuild the country, only to pull out. Y'all seen the planes when they got up out of there? And the Taliban took over. The people that America appointed power in Afghanistan, guess what happened? The Taliban, Osama bin Laden's homeboys, guess what they did? They took over their country and they are in power over Afghanistan right now. So it's a lot going on, guys. In the back of their mind, they're thinking about everything that I just talked about right now. Everything that I've talked about, that's what they are thinking about and they're discussing right now in the Situation Room right as we speak. It's a lot of things on the table, but the main thing is America ain't got the money, bro, to do it. And if they do it and it's unsuccessful, if they end up being 3-0, that alone right there might crush this country, bro. That alone right there might crush this country. You can't go to war broke, bro. You can't go to war in debt. You cannot. You can't even pay your bills when you're trying to go to war. That's when you are the most vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? America is really, really vulnerable right now, guys. For one, we're broke. We're in the negative, big time. America is not living paycheck to paycheck. America is living on credit, which is worse than living from paycheck to paycheck. Worse than living from paycheck to paycheck. So America back is against the wall just because of that. Just think about it. And you understand where I'm coming from. You can't go to war, bro, broke. You can't do it. Because what if it go to a whole nother level and you ain't got no money to keep going, to pay the troops, to keep the military funded or whatever the case may be? It's very, very difficult. It won't be able to, it won't happen. There's just a lot going on. Appreciate y'all for hitting the like button. But it's something that you got to think about. What I'm talking about. You got to think about it. That is one of the #1 rules of the art of war. You can't go to war broke. You can't. And then #2, we ain't even getting along, bro. They are not even getting along right now. They not. So right now, they are really, really vulnerable right now. Because #1, America's in big time debt. And #2, they can't get along. The red and the blue can't get along for nothing. So guess what? To the enemy, perfect time to do whatever it is we need to do. While they arguing, bickering, and going back and forth, and blaming this person and this person, this person and that person, guess what's happening? They're over there taking care of business. Now what? Now our back is against the wall, bro. Trying to figure out what the hell we gonna do. I must say this. They dumb, bro. The people that we elect to lead the country, they are dumb, bro. They are really, 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 really dumb. They are dumb, bro. They are so addicted to power, right? #1, they don't understand they losing power by the second. America is losing the power by the second. And they're fighting over that power that's getting devalued. Every word I speak out of my mouth is getting devalued. That's what's happening, guys. So that live I did this morning was a really, really, really good live. It really, we looked at it from a whole different perspectives. With receipts, right? With content on what was really going on. And I just broke it down where anybody can comprehend to what's really going on. And that's what's really going on, guys. So with that being said, y'all have a great day. Educate yourself. Take care of your family. Hold your kids tightly. Be aware of what's going on. Hope y'all have a great weekend. I love and I appreciate y'all. This is the one and only Stock Sniper. I might go live a little bit later and do a little bit more communicating about this situation as it unfolds right in front of our eyes. I will come back and break it down where a 10th grade or 11th grade can understand what's going on with the history, because I'm an older guy, on how all this unfolded in the past 30, 40 years. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one, I'm out.